Happy cruising.
Have fun.
Alright guys, we are back for another video. Today's video is going to be on how to plan your very first cruise vacation.
That's right. Or if this isn't your first cruise vacation, make sure that you take down the tips that Jamil and I are sharing with you all today to make better of your cruise.
Yes, so we have quite a bit of experience. We've cruised, what, 5 times?
We've cruised about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
We've been to about 7 to 8 different countries. And all of our cruises have been with Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
So if you have any specific questions about Royal Caribbean, please make sure to drop a comment below and we'll be more than happy to answer that question for you.
Right.
The first thing that you need to do is identify your travel date.
Yes, so your travel date means when do you want to travel? Do you want to travel in the spring, the summer vacation, maybe even Christmas vacation, you want to go somewhere, fall break. So pick a date for your cruise. The next tip we want to give is after you choose your date, choose your destination.
Choosing your destination, if you go onto your cruise line's website, you will see a list of options of where you can cruise to, whether it's the Eastern Caribbean, Western Caribbean.
And it's dependent upon the city that you leave out of. So you choose what city you want to cruise out of, and with that city comes different places that you can choose from. And so that's how you would do that.
Exactly. Next tip would be, how are you planning on getting to your cruise destination?
So mode of transportation. With that being said, you want to think about how are you going to get to your cruise city.
The only thing that makes to keep in mind if you do drive your own vehicle down there, because Jamil did say that we rent cars, is that there's going to be about a $20 storage fee every single day for your vehicle to be parked on site.
That's if you bring your car.
If you bring your car. But if you do rent a vehicle, there's a lot of rental car services around the area, such as Budget, Hertz, Enterprise, you name it. You could drop your car off there. Most of the time, they'll have a shuttle service that will take you to and from
the airport. Yeah, and it's normally near the airport location. The cruise port is near an airport most of the time.
Exactly.
The next tip is to calculate how much you will need to save per month.
When you plan a cruise, the cruise is going to tell you how much is going to be per person, and then it's going to give you a total, which is also going to include taxes and port fees. At the end of your booking, it's going to tell you how much of a deposit that you're going to have to place in order to reserve your stateroom. The deposit ranges on how big the ship is. So we've experienced deposits from $100 to $500.
Yeah.
$500 being the largest ships.
Yeah. The deposit is due that at that point in time you have to pay that deposit. After you make that deposit, you have a remaining balance. And that remaining balance is due, what, like 6 months, what, 3 months before the cruise? 4 months.
Yeah, so that's why, again, it's very important to try to plan your cruise out a year to about 6 months in advance, because then that allows you to budget a paying system every single month that you can put towards the cruise and not to pay everything up in lump sum.
Yeah.
So Jamil and I, we normally try to spend about $150 to $200, maybe a check or a month.
Oh yeah. So when you do it that month, when you do it that, you know, that 6 months to a year out, we only have to pay like $100 to $200 per month, and it really works out that way.
Yeah, and then we'll pay it off by the end of the deadline, and then for the remaining months, we can budget our money on what cruise excursions we're going to want to pay for once we get to our island destinations. The next thing to plan for when it comes to your budget are the hidden costs that come with cruise lines.
Yes. So I was telling Marcel just this past week, I saw one of the people a guy that I went to college with, him and his wife were on their honeymoon, and they had gotten into it with the salesperson, or what is it called? Like
guest services.
The guest services, because at the end of your cruise, you are going to get a
statement, bill.
A bill.
Statement for your time.
And so we are here to help you guys. Now I don't know if that was their situation, but we are here to make sure you are not shocked when you get that bill statement at the end of your cruise.
Because when Jamila and I, we went on our very first cruise, we were having the time of our life. We were paying things off. We was like, all right, look, we paid for this, we did that. This is all that we're gonna owe. And then they slid our statement underneath our stateroom door
the last
night. And we was like, where is this extra charge coming from? For example, gratuities is a major hidden cost on the cruise line. Every single day that you stay on the cruise, they're accumulating a tip that they're automatically going to bill you for, and then you're responsible for paying it before you depart off the ship.
Yeah, so with that gratuities, it states that gratuities is basically your tips for your room service, your
room
attendant, your waiter, your assistant waiters, everyone who's helped you on the cruise ship. They are getting that gratuities amount, and so it's like what, $20 a night,
roughly.
Right. So our tip, what we have started doing is paying that gratuities when we pay off the balance. So we include our gratuities in the amount that we pay, so that we don't get that shocker.
Right. So it's already done. It's already done and over with. But we're paying out of pocket for things strictly that we're using, such as drinks and additional tips we would like to leave for exceptional service.
Yeah, and so when you get on, before you get on the ship, you get like a ID card, and there's no cash or card tender on the ship. It's all your ID card. And so you swipe that card, you're going to be charged, and that's going to appear on your statement. Can they put money on their card?
You can put money on your account, and they will use it as like a debit service, but whatever debt that you accumulate or balance that you incur,
will be deducted.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and the last tip is what to pack.
So what we pack in our suitcases, because Jamil and I spend a lot of time at the beach while we're on our cruise vacations, is we're bringing a lot of waterproof material. So some of the things that I like to show you all, make sure that you have a underwater camera. So this is one of our very first underwater cameras that we used to use in our vlogs.
We got it from Amazon for like $20.
It was like $40.
$40. And it's like a HD camera.
Yeah, 1080p underwater camera. And then since we have obviously upgraded our cameras throughout the years of our vlogging, this is for our Canon G7X Mark II. This allows us to shoot very high quality videos underwater. And it comes with a lot of tools that I can use to minimize and maximize the screen, zoom in and zoom out, take pictures, etc.
It comes with the strap. You can keep, hang on to it.
Comes with a strap so it doesn't float away from you while you're in the water. Then Jamila bought this for us last cruise. So if you want to bring your phone, you can just easily slip.
Or if like you want to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah, you want to, it's just real easy. Just slip your phone in. I'm struggling, but it's not that hard. And then there's a strap that's right here that I did not take out.
Yeah, you can wear it around your neck as well,
so it doesn't float away.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that we have, since we recently got married, we don't really want to lose our wedding rings, because as you know, jewelry does slip off in wet environments. So what Jamila and I got last year is we got these silicone rings that we use to substitute our actual wedding bands when we go into the water.
And we paid like what, $10 for them on Amazon. All of this stuff was from Amazon. I think this was from eBay, right? Amazon. So all this stuff was from Amazon. We will try to find it for you guys and link it below so that you can check it out and maybe purchase it for yourself.
That's right.
So other things we want you guys to think about packing. Towels. We want to talk to you guys about towels. Now, we always bring our own towels, but we did want to mention that the cruise ships supply you towels. You'll swipe your card to check it out, and you'll have to swipe your card to check it back in. If you never return that towel, you will be charged. In that billing statement.
For your outfits, Jamila and I, we may disagree on this answer, because I always feel like Jamila overpacks and I feel like I slightly underpack. So we need to find some type of healthy medium. But regardless, you probably on average want to bring about 2 to 3 outfits a day. Maybe one for breakfast, one for lunch, one for dinner, or that lunch can be substituted for like an excursion type outfit.
Brunch and dinner.
Right.
Brunch and dinner, because on the cruise ships, they don't allow like streetwear or like, underdressed clothing in the dining room. It's like a fancy dining room
for dinner.
For For dinner. For dinner, they will ask you to, you know, dress nicely. And then there's always events going on throughout the day or throughout the evening. So you want to, you know, come prepared.
Right. And then also make sure that you bring swimming outfits. So obviously they're going to be days at sea. So maybe you want to bring sporting wear. So say for example, I like working out on the cruise. I like playing basketball at times when we're not doing anything. Or Jamila and I may jump into a jacuzzi. So make sure you bring extra swim shorts or...
Yes, bring extra swimsuits. Because you may think, okay, we're going to the beach on, you know, 2 days. We're going to be, you know, on the beach. But think about, like Marcel said, the at-sea days where you're not going to get off the ship and you're going to have to enjoy yourself while you're on the ship. So bring extra. Captain's dinner. There is a captain's dinner, and with the captain's dinner you have to dress up really fancy and wear something nice and sparkly. You don't have to, but in my mind I have to.
It's recommended. They tell you to dress formally. So captain's dinner, another name for captain's dinner, they may call it formal night.
Yeah.
So make sure that you bring an outfit with you that you are ready to wear. Now, the first couple times Jamila and I went, I used to get really mad because my stuff used to be like super wrinkled. So what Jamila and I started doing is we start packaging our suits that we'll wear for formal night in suit bags so we can just carry it on and clothes won't be wrinkled by the time dinner happens.
Yeah. With passports, there are times when you actually will not need a passport. So sometimes the cruise ship will take you like to the Bahamas. Where else will you not need it?
Pretty much U.S. territory, so things like Bahamas, Puerto Rico.
But if you do not have it, you need to get that passport, at least order it 4 months in advance before your cruise, because it takes a while to get in.
It takes a while for your passports to come back. And you don't want to pay extra money to expedite the process. So if you know that you're going on a cruise and you need a passport, please stop by your local postal office to get one ordered so there's no confusion on why you wasted $1,000+ on a cruise you're not able to go on.
Yeah.
We forgot one last thing that we want to talk to you about, and this can be thrown back in the section on planning and budgeting for your cruise. So like Jamila and I said, after we finish paying off our cruise, we want to start planning and budgeting for excursion. It is really good to plan and budget for excursions early. Try to pay for them before you get on the cruise because excursions do fill up quickly.
And what is an excursion?
An excursion is pretty much when you get to an island or you get to a place that your cruise has marked down for a destination. You have activities once you get to that place. So for example, when we pay for an excursion, when we get to our stateroom on day 1, we will have a ticket. Yeah. And our ticket is pretty much granting permission to get into a line and to take a shuttle service to our destination. So this one here that we have is when we went to, so this is from our honeymoon. When we went to St. Martin and we did an underwater excursion where we were 30 feet underwater and we got to see a whole bunch of fish and other things like that. Yeah, so excursions are very, now I know some people cruising, they don't care about the excursions, they care about just going around the city, but the excursions give you like an outside view, because normally when you cruise you can only go into the cruise ship's territory, but when you get an excursion you can go outside the territory, you get to see the city and the country that you're in for what it is and not what, you know, the ship company has built in that area. When we went to Mexico, the area for the cruise ship was like fenced off, it was gated off. Most of the places are like, they're like really gated off and you can't leave. Security. Yeah, you can't leave unless you have an excursion. And when we went on our excursion, we had like the dune buggy and beach excursion. And we got to drive like these little dune buggies around the country, and it was just so cool getting to see Mexico for Mexico. And so it was just really nice. It was really nice. Now the prices for an excursion is going to depend on what you're doing. So there are very inexpensive excursions.
They range from about 40 to like 200-300, maybe even more if you want like a private island. Like you can get private islands, you can ride horses. What else?
You can go swimming with dolphins. You can swim with sea turtles. That's it.
Alright, so we thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. We've been wanting to make this video for so long, and we hope that these tips have helped you all, or will help you all when you decide to go on a cruise ship or the next time you cruise. I know some of our subscribers have cruised for like 20s and 30 different times. So and I know that's how some of you guys have found us through our cruise trips. So we really hope this helps you guys, and we can't wait for the next video.
That's right. If you would like us to do a part 2, make sure that you drop any questions that you feel that we may have not answered in this video, any questions that you may still be a little skeptical about when taking a cruise, and we'll make another video. So maybe we can do a video like pros and cons of cruising.
Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching.
And we look forward to seeing you all the next time.
See you all next time. Bye.
Happy cruising.
Happy cruising.
Have fun.